bounds.
An artist like Chika is important for our world simply because of her authenticity. She's unapologetic about who she is, her opinion, her take on life.
Look, I met Hove last week. It was hella cool. Diddy introduced me as best of the new school. Not too shabby for an Alabama. Getting rich, I got respect from heavy hitters and did it without a disc. And
I saw a few videos of her just rapping to the camera, and I was blown away.
People know me from the Calvin campaign, the viral videos, the verses. Clearly, my vehicle to where I am now was social media. There has not been a moment in this entire journey that I have not been able to be myself, but it's really weird. I think people have seen me as an influencer for so long that they forget there's a person underneath all that.
And the whole world is conversating about your waistline, and mental health days make you guilty because you waste time.
I've literally had to watch conversations about my humanity, my body, be dissected on a regular basis. People think I'm this chosen one who's here to speak up for X, Y, and Z, which is cool, but also a lot of responsibility that I can't manage right now. I'm a kid, let me say some reckless real quick. If I'm having a depressive moment where I'm I want to step back, the world I've built doesn't support that. Because if I'm not visible, then it's not gonna sell this record and all this work is for nothing.
I think I was probably one of the many people who saw her online, just sitting in her room, going at it. The next thing I did, we reached out, we connected. I let her know that I was a fan.
I was like, excuse me, you're Nick Cannon, I'm a fan.
I was doing a writing camp in Atlanta, and I invited her down.
He let me use his studio, he put me in his dope apartment, and never was asking for anything in return, which is so bonkers to me.
It's something different when someone has a drive or an aura about them that you just know they're gonna make it. And those are the people I usually respond to and want to help out.
I was like, this girl is special, and I really want to be a part of it.
We've been at the studio for the past couple weeks finishing up Industry Games, which is my first project that I've been working on for literally a year.
It actually ended up being a narrative about how the industry has affected my life. And it starts with this song that literally was written at the top of the year last year before I knew any of the that I was gonna go through. And you genuinely see the progression. Lido executive produced my entire EP.
She's a great writer, so there's a lot to work with for me. It's building out the world that she already envisioned. She's so conscious of all of the weird social constructs that are out there. We wanted to experiment with pitching down her voice. The way that Chika put it was that when a woman in hip hop says something, you listen to it with slightly different ears than if a man says that same thing.
I got Balencies in the bathroom.
And it happened with everyone. Every time we played that song, people woke up in that moment and was like, who is this rapping? And we were just like, it's still Chika. She's saying the same things. And she's like, let me with you guys. And let me see if I can catch you off guard and make you think a little bit extra.
She represents honesty in her music. She's not gonna be overbearing with it, but she's gonna stand firmly and proudly in who she is.
The only way to be fully understood and for me to feel seen is if I'm honest. Growing up, I felt very defiant, outspoken. I can say that I was definitely a lot. I'm never gonna lie and say I wasn't a lot, but my parents made me think I was a problem child. I had to, as a kid, really take it on the chin a lot, but I think it helped me be who I am now, and it prepared me for the lifestyle that I have to lead now, because there's hella that's thrown at me on a daily basis. The comments, the trolls, people taking your words and flipping them. There's multiple sides to the toxicity of social media. From my Calvin campaign.
I was so proud of her about it. But in that campaign, there was a lot of negativity, and it's just people would body shame her. They would say these horrible things. They still do.
Me talking about body image and things like that, it's not something I chose to talk about, something that was projected onto me that I had to because of how much hate was thrown in my direction from simply existing in my body as I choose to. A lot of people have said I'm arrogant. Oh, she had a steady come up, she got everything she wanted, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, if you only knew the half of it. When I started doing verses, I had depression. So sad and broke and just not knowing if anything would pay off. Doing music was a way to share and making sure I survived it. I've been transitioning out of influencer status into what I've always wanted to do, my music, but it makes it almost like you're letting other people down to step away. I end up feeling guilty about taking mental health days. I'm sorry, there's supposed to be a verse today, but I just can't. Like, I don't know. I've been in this spot for like a hour trying to get this perfect, and I can't. And I'm trying not to be a bully to myself and like kick myself in the every time I can't do something right, but I'm frustrated. The more accessible I am to the world, and the less accessible I am to the people who actually give a about me. And that's been a hard pill to swallow too. Having to like, in a way, mature faster than the average 22-year-old. And that is hard. That is difficult. This is the only song with these strings on. I've been there tearing up a little bit.
One day we had like a string orchestra that came in. I was like, you know, guys, we're gonna do this entirely differently.
Do you want to like around and just like have a pass with them? And
Sure.
just be like,
We're gonna have Chika conduct you guys for a take.
no, but like they get it.
And she was kind of thrown off by it, but she went for it and she low-key killed it. And like they came up with a bunch of weird things together in her like instinctual way of conducting them.
I'm working towards everything that I've wanted. I want my parents to see me successful. And now that I've been blessed with the opportunities that I have and the placement of where I am and what I'm about to do, this is the moment that I want to breathe. These are the moments that I want to sit and enjoy rather than be arguing on the internet. Social media is a weird place, but I think that there is something to be done in a world to be created within that we haven't quite tapped into. And at the risk of driving myself insane, I want to find out what that is and create an environment that doesn't have to be toxic, you know?
I've seen some people who are extraordinary in their abilities, but they do nothing with it. I'm super impressed by what you do with your gift. If you inspire others with your gift, if you uplift people, and that's exactly what Chika is doing.
Oh, I have only dreamed of these heights and now they taking me there. You let them talk, yeah, that seems fair. Look.